Principle number 2, Mastermind Alliance. The Mastermind principle consists of an alliance of two or more minds working in perfect harmony for the attainment of a common, definite objective. No two minds ever come together without a third invisible force, which may be likened to a third mind. When a group of individual minds are coordinated and function in harmony, the increased energy created through that alliance becomes available to every individual in the group. No man can become a permanent success without taking others with him. Principle number 2, the Mastermind Alliance. Highly valuable principle. Even just two minds to be in harmony and to be thinking the same and going after the same goal or trying to get the same project done. It's amazing the things that can happen when just two people get aligned. The energy that's created by the group can be shared with each individual within the group. But ultimately, it only takes two people to have a mastermind alliance. In the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about having a mastermind alliance with people who are no longer living. He would have conversations with them, in his mind's eye. He could ask them any kinds of questions that he wanted. He could basically interview them. If he had a problem that he was up against, he would ask them how they would take care of it. I spoke about this in a previous video, and I talked about the mastermind alliance with your significant other, whether it be your husband or your wife. So if you haven't done that and sat down and talked about what the future looks like and what it holds, I suggest that you do that. Make time, over the next 3-4 days when the timing's right. Ask some questions. Let's talk about our future. And it's great to have this communication with your significant other. When you have this mastermind alliance, you're much more likely to get to your destination. And that's what all of these, you'll find that every single one of these success principles that we're going to talk about gets you to your destination quicker. So the more alignment you can have with your culture, within your business, with your family at home, maybe your relatives, whoever it is that maybe you're not quite in alignment right now, if you can gain more alignment and clarity with them, then they're going to be your ally. They're going to help you get to where you want to go. And that's the thing is, no man can become permanent success. He says no man, but this is, I just say no one. So no one can become a permanent success without taking others with them. Like, you have to have other people that are rowing in the same direction as you. Otherwise, the alignment's not going to be there, the congruence isn't there, and it's going to make it really tough to get to that end game, or even just along the journey, because your path may be going this way and their path may be going this way. And if we can't get on the same path, then it's going to create frustration for both of you. And it's this way with your team members as well. If we're not all going towards the same destination, then it's going to create this tension and frustration between the team. And that's when teams start to fall apart. We have to know where we're going. And so as a business leader, we have to explain where we're going and just talk about it nonstop. I haven't talked about it yet, but Jack Welch's book, Winning, and there he says you always have to talk about it. And that often includes having a vision. So when you have that vision, you have to communicate the vision to the people who you want on your bus. Jim Collins in From Good to Great, he talks about having the right people on the bus and then getting them in the right seats on the bus, or relocating them to a different bus. So if you can't find alignment, if you can come close, you can still get there. There may be some rough patches in the road, but ultimately you can get where you're going as long as you're close to being in alignment and congruence. Now, it's got to be real close. Let's be honest, because if everything, let's say you have a coworker and they do everything right and they do, they see the vision and they understand where the company's going, but yet and they They do the actions every single day to help the company get there. But there's one thing, like maybe they think that stealing something once in a while is okay. This is all hypothetical. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if they thought stealing something was okay, well, that's one thing that is like the core values. If they're not there, and if they're not in line with your core values, don't cheat, lie, steal. If I hope that that's your core values, and if you're watching this, I about guarantee it is, because you're about success and you understand that those things will not get you success. So if one of those things is not in congruence with you, then chances are it's not going to work at all. But you get what I'm saying. If there's some little minor thing that, okay, well, we disagree on one particular thing, that's okay to disagree. Disagreement, and I wouldn't call it argument, but open conversation, which could lead to argument. It could lead to, emotions could boil up, but it's all healthy, because that's when new ideas are explored. That's when new things can happen within the company that may not have happened without this disagreement. And there's always a possibility that the outcome from the disagreement could put you in a better place, or it's a better idea than what you originally started with. So back to the Mastermind Alliance. It's all about congruence. It's all about getting in alignment. And the energy from the group can feed everybody in the group. So if you want to build momentum with a relationship or your coworkers or your business, then we have to be in alignment. We have to be in congruence. And that's when momentum happens, and that's what makes you unstoppable. And that's that increased energy he's talking about. The mastermind concept was inspired by Hill's many conversations with just highly successful businessmen. In particular, Andrew Carnegie, who attributed his entire success and fortune to his mastermind. So there you have it, guys. You gotta form your own mastermind alliance. They'll help hold you accountable, like we talked about, on your goal setting. And when you have two minds that come together as one, it can create amazing, amazing results. So, guys, hope this helped you. Please subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for the third principle. We'll talk soon. Love you guys. Go make money.